sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the New York Jets and the Kansas City Chiefs. Coming up next.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started.
And we are underway from Arrowhead.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Ryan Tannehill will be orchestrating the offense, the top 10 pick back in 2012.
And one of the things that has really impressed me about Ryan Tannehill has been his perseverance. Early in his career, didn't have the success that he desired. Had some injuries that slowed his development, but he kept working at his craft, and now he's a guy that I think you can put a game on his shoulders.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A man from nearby Wichita, it's Breece Hall. He'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Hall.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now Tannehill.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Reed. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. you're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Got a man. It's the rookie out of the 3rd round.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And this one is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Tannehill. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Hall again.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. He had a minimal gain on first down. Now they stop him for no gain. What do you think, going in a different direction on 3rd down?
Could very well be. I'll guarantee he's asking for the ball 3rd time to try and make up for the first 2. But his QB might very well say, well, my man, maybe next series. Let's try someone else on this play.
Throw right side, Wilson.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Finding more on the out route for the completion.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They go play fake. Mahomes.
Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Throw left side, completion to Rice.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
From the gun, here's Tannehill. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Here's Tannehill. It's caught on the right side. Williams.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
To the air again, Tannehill. They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Straight ahead is Hall.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And Brandon, you know that expression, he just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. He'll take this to the 46.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. On the handoff, Abanikanda.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Back to throw, Tannehill.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
They'll give to Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Play action. It's Tannehill.
And check down, complete to Hall.
And out of bounds right around the 20.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Here's Tannehill. Open man here is Conklin.
And he is going to have a Jets first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
I know I'm an old defender, but I've got to give credit where credit's due. That was smart play calling right there on 3rd and 4. They didn't need to do too much. Just let their guy get out there and sit down in the zone. And they hit him for the completion for the first down.
Back to the ground with Hall.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play as it takes us to the end of the first quarter.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter. Now a 2nd and 10. As they've got it as we resume action.
Tannehill now to throw.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Throw right side, complete to Williams.
And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 8.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Now Mahomes.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete.
A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Mahomes. That is caught. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Mahomes now to throw. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 more there and another first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's second down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Now the Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
They'll run for it with Pacheco. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Isaiah Pacheco. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. You get down this deep, Charles, you hate to settle for a field goal. They roll the dice on 4th down, really just hoping to get that first. But as it turns out, they take it all the way into the end zone.
You mentioned that they took a little bit of a gamble there. Think about it this way. Most teams throw the ball in this situation in the NFL, so they really gambled with a running play, and boy, did it pay off. Pay dirt.
Butker on for the PAT. And And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A 10-play drive that time. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fighting his way through contact. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Time for another drive here for this Jets offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now Hall to start the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Tannehill. This complete to Corley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball, but I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a 1-score game if you can, and that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the first down.
On the draw, it's Hall. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Tannehill. It's complete to Williams. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 31-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A give running right is Hall. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's George Karlaftis greeting him behind the line with a big stop.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Jets are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains, Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Now Tannehill. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Ryan Tannehill taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jets have got it back to within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And the Chiefs offense ready to go again.
And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Mahomes going to throw.
And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
That's into the hands of Powell.
His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Now it's Mahomes again. Over the middle, complete. It's Rice.
And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw is Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Mahomes to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And again, it's Mahomes. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Four yards remain on second down. Ball on the 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Chiefs are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Kelsey out in the slot right. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Touchdown! Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelsey, on the touchdown pass. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Butker now to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it culminates in a Travis Kelsey touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw, Tannehill. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. To throw is Tannehill. This ball deep for Tony. That's caught inside the 20. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. So we've come upon halftime here in KC with the Chiefs on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We were treated to an excellent first half from the gunslinger, Patrick Mahomes. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. before the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
In every game, teams are looking for that momentum shift, and that run there, the offense feels like, hey, maybe we can get something going, but defensively, they've slowed them down the entire game. They don't want to turn into more. They're going to try and figure out a way to take it back on this next play.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes.
And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one goes for 8 yards.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Fighting to stay upright. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 17-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Now Mahomes.
Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal, but you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. Throwing now is Mahomes. His pass caught at the 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Mahomes to throw once more. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So he stopped for no gain. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Rashee Rice from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Butker on for the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Credit the stop there to Leo Chanel getting into the backfield and stopping him in his tracks.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Here's Tannehill. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. On play action, it's Mahomes. Finds his man, it's Kelsey on the crossing route here. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complementary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Jets offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Paul on a give up the middle. 54 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Tannehill. Flush to his right. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Here's a give to Hall. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Paul again.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Tannehill. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's Tannehill. Open man here is Conklin. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Chris Jones on the stop.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Hall again on 2nd down. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Tannehill now to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. A handoff now for Pacheco. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 26. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up second down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Second down and 3, ball on the 7.
Now it's Mahomes again.
He finds more in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs start to open this lead even wider here in the fourth. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Well, trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Another drive coming up for New York's offense.
And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Now the red challenge flag makes an appearance as Andy Reid wants a second opinion. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things.
But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Here's Tannehill. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again is Tannehill. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Give to Hall running right. Nick Bolton there on the tackle.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now Tannehill. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So they get the flag for pass interference. Big call there on 4th down.
But it's the right call, and as much as I wanted to see them play through incidental contact, he's definitely there too early.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And it's caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, Tannehill. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. From 3 yards out. And the Jets get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Zuerlein now for the PAT. And that will cut this lead down to 25. That time a 9-play drive, and it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Pacheco gets it again on second down. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 55 yards rushing for him now to this point. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Here's Pacheco once again. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Kansas City.